Hi everyone, I'm Caleb here at Wolfe Construction, and today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit of a silent killer, if you will. If it's something that you're not aware of, and something that if you do see it happening or signs of it, if you don't address it, it can become kind of a big deal. So we're going to talk about mold and high moisture problems in your crawl space. So a couple things to look for if you have potential high moisture problems is your wood moisture content, which can be reflected in your subfloor. Your hardwood floors can go up into your walls, reflect the framing, actual structural aspect of the crawl space, and also on the interior of your home, depending on how high the moisture is or isn't. So one thing to look for is cupping in the hardwood floors. That's a big indicator. Probably one of the first things you'll see if you have actual hardwood floors in your home is just the hardwoods, where they connect. You'll start to see a little cupping of those floors in different areas throughout your house. If you start to see that, that's a first step indicator there that you have some high moisture problems. That is the perfect moment to go ahead and deal with this. Because even if you have that in your hardwood floors, if it is minimal, there's a chance when we go in there, and if we put a dehumidifier in, whatever the case may be that you need to get those moisture problems under control, those floors can actually settle back down and go back to their original state. So then you don't have to pay for any expensive repairs on your flooring. Another thing to look for is, your typical cracks in drywall, squeaking floors, which sometimes can be due to moisture problems. Also, it could just be if you have an old house, that stuff's going to happen. So don't be too alarmed if you hear squeaky floors. But hardwoods are a good sign. If you start to smell like a musty smell, anything like that, that's another good indicator that you could have some moisture problems. A couple solutions for this is seal your crawl space. We'll get that crawl space conditioned for you, get you a dehumidifier down there, seal the crawl space, with a good poly liner, or fiberglass, whatever we need. So depending on what type of crawl space you have and what the solution may be. But we definitely need to seal that, get the dehumidifier in there up and running, and make sure we get all the water intrusion out if you have any, which we would put a French drain system in the inside with a sump pump. Get all that water out away from your home. Another thing you can do, again, is a little DIY tip is, we talk about this all the time, walk around your house, look, make sure your gutter extensions are flowing out away from your home. Check your flower beds, make sure the grade of your lot or your property that goes up against your home is grading away from the house, not towards it. If you have any, trees, anything like that, or shrubs, bushes that are old, that have possibly died, that could have a rotten root system, definitely get that stuff removed, cleaned out, fill those holes. Again, make sure the grade is properly shedding away from the house, and remulch, and then do all that fun stuff from there. So if you'd like, give us a call. We're happy to come out and check any crawl space or basement that you have that may have potential moisture problems. We can come out easily, take a reading on that, take a look at everything, and give you guys a solution to get that taken care of. Definitely don't wait. If you see any of these signs, it's better to do it sooner than later, because the cost could be very minimal if you wait, and then everything starts to escalate and become a bigger issue. Obviously, that price is going to keep going up and up the longer you wait. So don't wait. Just give us a call. We're happy to help. And look us up at wolfe.construction, and have a great weekend.